of this city. And the map that was done of this was taken from a photograph and then drawn over the photograph so you can actually see the overhead view of this whole thing. That is the Dome of the Spirits right over there. You see the four arches there, and we're almost in line with the Church of the Sepulchre. All right, that dome right there, that is the Dome of the Spirits. It's directly in front of those arches there. All right, the middle of that stone is directly in a direct straight line. It's not a fraction of an inch off because you can lay this map on Adobe Illustrator and draw a line on it, and it is not a fraction of an inch off. It goes right straight through that. Now we are right in direct line with the middle of the Ark of the Covenant in Solomon's Temple. It was placed in Solomon's Temple.
That's in line with the Golden Gate,
right? Right, in line with the Golden Gate, all right? Because everything else is, like canted, this whole platform here is kind of canted. And so if you can stand here and imagine that you're looking at Solomon's Temple. Out in front of that temple were these pillars that are 5.5 feet in diameter. And so this got a big circumference on it, 5.5 feet in diameter. They're 41 feet tall, and on top of it is a 5-cubit capital. And that's the way it stands for all that time. And so the question is, what are these doing? They seem to be overly fat. They seem to be standing right out, and they support nothing. There's no roof on it. And so what is this all about? Well, after the siege of Nebuzaradan, they came and attacked, and they took the temple out first. Judgment began at the house of the Lord, and at that time, it says they got up here, and the capitals were only 3 cubits, not 5 cubits. It started out 5 cubits, and then after Nebuzaradan, it was 3 cubits. What happened to 41.25 inches of solid brass? Huge capitals like we saw over there, but those capitals were more than 5.5 foot in diameter. So just can you imagine, one of those capitals that sits on top of the pillar that we were right there, 5.5 feet solid brass that is over 6 foot tall, incredibly huge. And so they came up here, and 41.25 inches smaller than it was when it was created. But then when they broke down the pillars and the brass, it says that the capitals were 5 cubits. So that tells us that this 41.25 inches went down inside of these hollow capitals, and this is the time the Ark of the Covenant was hidden. So what it turns out is that this is a sand hydraulic elevator system that the Egyptians, they were already doing this kind of stuff down in Egypt.
Right.
And that's why Solomon made affinity with the king of Egypt and married his daughter. That way he's in the family secrets of Egypt. And he built his wife, the princess of Egypt, built her a place, and it says that they never left Jerusalem. She never left Jerusalem until after the temple and Solomon's house was built.